Hey guys, how y'all doing? How's day going? And it just starting how tonight? Hope you had or are having an amazing and a beautiful day. It's been a while since I've come here. I've posted. I've been going through a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I've had school. I've had my mental health, and I've just had life. But we're done. Hopefully, we're mentally okay right now, and we're just putting ourselves together. Hopefully, and we're here to talk about the video. I heard someone apologize if my background is noisy. The gen's on, it's raining, and I'm just tired. I'm just really, really exhausted, and I just needed a distraction. So I decided to make a video because it's some type of distraction, and it was not just making a video. It was a progress. It was a process. A lot of things led up to it. First thing being, my whole TikTok has been filled up with this fucking Talk to Me movie. Now, you all know I'm like a horror fanatic, and not just movies. Like, I love experiencing real life horror. Gosh, anything horror, anything dark, anything creepy, anything paranormal, count me in. And this movie has literally been the top of the time. Like, even people who are not interested in horror movies are obsessed with these movies. Everyone is saying that like the idea, the approach to the movie, it's different, it's amazing. And I'm not gonna compare and start telling you about the directors or the process of planning, because that's not my fucking business. The main reason why I wanted to make this video, so as I've been watching the trailer, I assumed I knew what the whole movie was about, and I realized a lot of people had that mindset. So, because the whole scene I was there was that scene when they were seated round and they were like playing that La Monde. Oh gosh, my ringtone! I'm obsessed with that sound. They'll be playing the La Monde. Is that the correct name? I'm probably getting it wrong, but they'll be playing it, and the girl will be like singing after it, or like that whole scene, or when she'll be like, oh no, and they're like, just do it, let me in, let me in, let me in. The scene I'm talking about. I don't know if I can put it here. Hopefully they don't pull it down. But yeah, so that was the scene that was all over my TikTok, and I was like, okay, mad, just a bunch of friends sitting around messing with demons. We have us another, wasn't that Ouija movie that came out before, but maybe like more Gen Z-ish type. And I was like, okay, I'm not judging. It seems interesting. The song is catchy, which I'm disappointed that the song only came up like at a very short in the movie, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? Loki. So I now saw another scene where the girl was driving and there was like someone on the ground. I was like, oh, so the movie is not just inside that room. I'm like, okay. But I could not really get what was happening there, but I still assumed like, okay, I have like a general idea of what the movie was about, but I didn't, and you didn't, and every other person that is saying that they are not gonna watch this movie because they already know what happens, the person I'm referring to knows himself. You are wrong. Watch the movie. I promise it's worth it. I just finished watching the movie now, but due to my lack of memory capacity, my short-term memory, my missing memory, my contaminated drive, I've forgotten the movie. But I'm here to talk to you about the movie. So I have the character's name pulled up because I'm not good with human names. Like, even in real life, I'll be forgetting anything start to introduce yourself to me. I'm not mean. I'm not trying to be a bitch. I just legitimately cannot store your name in my head. I just finished watching the movie like not too long ago. Finished it, tried to get me something to eat, have my food in front of me, lost my appetite, have me something to drink here, have my light on, my gents turned on, the weather is perfect for horror and whatnot, and I'm just here to talk to you about the 2023 horror movie of the year. Don't quote me on that. Fuck, quote me on that. Talk to me. Now, I'm going to say this movie fucked up in my head, so I may be saying the wrong thing. Like, I may just be telling you a whole bunch of nonsense, but this is what I feel I know is going on because I'm tripping. I'm not gonna spoil the movie for you, but I'm gonna spoil the movie for you. So do whatever. So yeah, here's the disclaimer. Disclaimer: if you know you don't trust me enough to not spoil the movie too much, don't watch this video. But do give it a like before you walk away. But if you do, or if you're just not interested in watching it all, hell, I'm very horrible at telling stories. So after I finish, you may still want to go and watch it. So if you just want to have like what do you call it, you just want to be prepped and prepared for the movie, stick around, grab you something to eat, grab you something to drink, and let's talk to me, because oh my god, the movie is amazing. The movie starts off with this girl, Mia. She's the main character. Now, what we know right now about Mia is her mom is passed. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but at this stage of the movie, I did not know how the mom passed. I just knew the mom passed. And she's currently not in good terms with her dad. At this point in the movie, I do not know why. This is how this whole story is going to be. I apologize ahead of time. So at this point of the story, I do not know why she's in this kind of mood. I don't know why her headspace like that. I don't know why she's not talking to her dad. So her dad is calling her and she's like declining his call, ignoring his call. And she's staying with, I don't know if it's her best friend or someone. Now, so let me just, like I said, I'm not going in, so let me just find the best friends. Sorry, just give me a minute. Okay, so yeah, Jade. So she's staying with her best friend Jade and her brother Riley and her mom, that is Jade's mom, Sue. Which, oh my god, Miranda also played Sue, but let's not even get into that because I love this woman. So we have Mia is staying. I've already forgotten the name. I just read that. Oh my god. Mia is staying with her best friend Jade, who has a younger brother Riley, who I but there's a clip where they insinuated that the guy was not to 14. I don't know if that's important, but yeah, do whatever you wanna. I don't know. So Mia is staying with her friend Jade, who has a younger brother Riley, and they are both living with their mom Sue. So Mia is staying here because I don't know if her mom died recently. I forgot to save that part in my brain, but her mom is dead. She's not talking with her dad. She's currently living with her best friend Jade and her family Riley and Sue, right? So then Riley is like this I don't care elder sister. Oh god, just give me minutes because I cannot breathe. All right, so where was I? Okay, yeah. So Riley, Jade is this calm I don't care elder sister. She's dating this guy. Let me find the boy's name. No, this is not him. Let me see. Alright, so Jade's there's this guy Daniel. So Daniel is Jade's boyfriend. So I don't know. Okay, this should be important in a sense. So basically, they've been dating for 3 months at this point. They've never kissed. They've never had sex. They've never done nothing. And Jade is giving off this impression that she desperately wants to, go to what we call it, second base, third base, because they've literally done nothing. They are just having the title. And Mia is like giving off this weird impression that her and Daniel have something going on. Now, I don't know for a fact. What I do know is that they are close friends. I don't know if they were friends before her and Jade started, before Jade and Daniel started dating, but I'm getting the impression that they've been friends for a long time, because at some part, there's part in the same way they start having like throwback session, and if you get her room, you see that it's kind of where they did part, and it's like, oh, Daniel and Mia forever or something like that. So I guess they've been close for a long time. And something I made notes of, was that she referred to Daniel as her ex-boyfriend. I don't know if that's before. I just made note of it. But yeah, I've introduced you to the first set of characters, so I'm just going to jog your memory. We have we have Sue, Jade's mom, Jade, Mia's best friend, Mia, the main character, Riley, Jade's younger brother, Daniel, Jade's boyfriend. Then we have these two people. We have Haley and we have Joss. So they are Joss, Joss. We have these two people, and they're kind of like the ones, like the coordinators of the whole event. They are the ones who are in charge of the hands. They're the one who is like arranging everything and like using it as like a party gimmick or whatnot. Then there's this random character, Cole. Now Cole is a previous victim of the whole course of the hand. We're gonna get into that shortly. And let's just take a quick pause first. Remember Cole? Well, at the beginning of the movie, I just remember this.
Cole is like you say a scene of a guy that is Cole. He's like, but they were playing this game. He gets possessed. He kills some other guy. It's like the scene is a bit trippy, but just as I was editing it, I just remembered. So Cole was the one who was playing the game earlier on at the beginning of the movie, and then he killed someone. So he's the one who did. He survived the shot. So he's the one who they're like seeking advice from.
Paul is a previous victim. He experienced it. I guess he survived, and it's kind of like the one who is like relaying the news. So whenever, like when they had an issue, they communicated with him. I don't remember, there was a scene where they were talking about the transaction of how Joss got it, like he got it from a friend of a friend or whatnot. I can't remember. You can go watch that in the movie to find out. But yeah, we have the main characters. Then we have Mia's dad, Max. And yeah, and one other very important character, Mia's mom. What the fuck is her mom's name again? Sorry. Ria. Yeah. So those are the main characters. Those are the characters we're going to be juggling around. Now, Jade is like in her own space, trying so hard to get with her boyfriend and whatnot. And then Riley had gone somewhere with his friend not really that important. He's just like a close friend of Riley. They went somewhere. His sister was supposed to come pick him. She didn't. Mia goes to pick him. This is like the beginning scene. Mia goes to pick him, offers to take the friend. Like, oh no, I'm waiting for someone to come. And like, oh, if they don't come, chat up Riley, I'm gonna get you. They drive to their house. Remember, she's currently living with Jade and her family. And Jade now comes, like they're all just teasing about how badly she's trying to get with her boyfriend. The mom comes home. Oh no, the mom comes home and she's just like checking up on them. She's kind of like that free mom, but I'm still very very strict. But hey, I'm free and fun type mom. And she just comes in. The brother keeps threatening Jade that, oh, I'm gonna let mom know you didn't come pick me up, and he used that as an advantage because down later on they are like planning to leave to Joss and Haley's house for this party that Mia so desperately wants to go for, which is the party I mentioned earlier. They're like using this hand to host parties. So she like goes to mom and is like, oh, I about to go to sleep, and mom's like, oh, I know you want to go out. That like, why else will you ask if I want to go to sleep if you don't want to go out? So I know you want to go out. And she's not like saying no, but she's not saying yes. But either way, they leave. I don't know if she snuck out because the mom's aware she's leaving. So the brother Riley is like, oh, I want to tag along with you. And she's like, if you don't let me, I'm gonna tell mom. She's like, oh, mom already practically knows I'm going. I was like, no, I'm talking about you not coming to pick me. And they end up going, three of them. That's Riley, Jade, and Mia. I'm not calling these names again for you. I'm just trying to jog my memory because I promise you I'll soon forget the names. So they head over to their house. The main idea of the party, like everyone just gets a few drinks, music is playing, then the hand is brought out, you hold the hand. So wait, now I'm going to tell you the rules, which by the way, 824, which I think is the like company that produced the movie, they are selling the hands, and I want it. I want to get me that hand. Like I need that hand. So the rule of game, you get out the hand and you hold the hand as if you're shaking it. You've all seen the clips I'm going to put up here so you can see. You hold the hand as if you're about to shake it. Then you say, talk to me. And like some creature, somebody appears in front of you. I guess it's like spirits who are in limbo. And when they're in front of you, because there was about, initially I thought you couldn't converse with them once you just say, talk to me. But me, you have been, sorry, chew, 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 chew. Right. So I mean, basically, they're saying talk to me, so you should be able to converse with them. So I think the main reason, let's not rush up. You hold the hand, chew, 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 chew. Right. So you hold the hand and you say, talk to me. And one of the random spirits that in me will like appear, and yeah, like all the people whose hands on it, they say. And if you remove your hand and you put it back, a new spirit is gonna appear. It checks. They just be playing like what card they like, or they just be shuffling the cards on you. Each time you be getting you a new spirit or whatnot. When the spirit appears, you know, out of the spirit, I let you in, and spirit like enter you or like possess you. Your eyes will like get bigger, like your iris. Bitch, I can't remember biology. Which one the fucking pigmented part of your eyes? It gets bigger, darker, and you just be like the spirit be talking through you and like seeing things, and I guess it's like some type of high which I want to experience. It's just they are just on some type of trip. Because if it's to communicate with spirit, you all can. So it enters you, you'll be doing shit, you'll be acting up, and your friends will recording you for God knows what. I like kind of like the whole point of the pie. You're just all going to experience that feeling, right? So they go this first day. They're like, I guess like juggling to like see who on strike. And me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go up. And she goes, and this creature like possesses her. And she's saying, oh, I like you. She's calling O'Reilly, or he wants to enter you. The doors are flying open. Your typical horror movie shit is going on, but I promise you, it's not some conjuring shit. It's like we've all seen the clip, bitch. You like shit's going on around you. Yeah, and he ends. She goes home. They all go home, and like Riley gets scared, so he goes to meet his sister Jade. Like, oh, can I stay in your room too? And she's like, a bitch. And like, you're not a child no more. No, you can't stay in my room. And he's like, no, no, P. He leaves her door open, which everybody hates when your sibling does that. Leaves the door, and she's like, child, like, come close my door, come close my door. He walks over. What's her name again? Mia is staying in the living room, I guess. So she like has position, doesn't look like Benny, but doesn't really matter. Like, oh, I can't say we and like, and started like, how'd your mom die? I was like skipping at that point. Like, I was not skipping the movie, but mentally I was skipping, so I don't remember what she said. But I know before she ever answered him, she was like, oh, you know already. You know, comes like when you're not trying to like answer the person. Yeah. So he's scared, sleeps over with her. My phone is ringing. Oh my god.
Oh, this video is taking way too long to record. Oh gosh. What was I? Okay, yeah, so Riley goes over to meet me at where Mia is staying, and he spends the night with her. The next day they decide to host that their party at where they're staying, that is at Jade's house. So the mom is like becoming like so anxious. I don't understand. So she thinks like they're about to like come to the house and do drugs or whatever. So Daniel came over to the house to visit. He knocked on the door, and mom opens it, slams it in his face, and like goes to the door and is like, oh, like, what are you trying to do? Went to party? And she's like, I'm just having a few friends over, it's not serious. Threatens the son, threatens Mia. But I guess was supposed to be like some comedy relief or something. They come, they're out in the party. So as they're doing this, who went first again? I think it was Daniel. Can't remember if someone went before Daniel, but Daniel's one was like one of the most iconic moments in the whole like that of that particular day. So Daniel gets possessed by a spirit, and the spirit is like talking to him, pointing at Jade, and like, he doesn't like you, you make him weak, something like that. Then they point over to like turns over to Mia, and he's like getting aroused and touching himself, feeling himself, and like starts making all kind of like weird, like I guess supposed like sexual noises, falls onto the ground, keeps touching himself. Then the dog that was there goes on the floor, goes to meet him, is like making out with the dog. He's making out with the dog, and they pull him out. Remember I said you cannot hold on to it for more than 9 seconds, so they collect it from him, and it's like, delete that now. And he now storms out of place, and for some reason his girlfriend follows him. I mean, after that, really. Plus, mind the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. I have mentioned that like there have been some like vibes going on between Daniel and Mia, but even in the last party, what's guy's name again? Haley mentioned it. I was like, oh, like you need to check your best friend and your boyfriend. I was like, oh, they're just friends. I was like, you keep telling yourself that, something like that. So I guess this now started like ticking off so many bells in her head. So she shuffles him out. Then she comes in. I don't remember if Ghana was in there. But so like, oh, does anyone want to go next? It was this scene that they played in La Monde. So like, does anyone want to go next? And me, I was like, oh, I want to go. And she's like, you want to go after that? And she like goes on. She sees. So they're not really show us any of their other encounters. Encounters will just be Mia, then it will be Joss, then it will be Haley, and it was just jogging around the three of them. I don't remember if anyone else went on, but it was just jogging around. It was just random people. This one of the popular scene also. They were just showing clips of different people, and they will show that scene of her when she was singing the song all possessively, and she snaps out of it. They're about to turn up for like turning up. They're about to round up for the night. That is when Riley's like, oh, I want to go. And his sister's like, oh no. And he's like, even if it's for 60 seconds. And she's like, no, you're not. And he's like begging, and Mia is like, oh, that you don't like, oh, have to be the party pooper all the time, like just let him. Then start going on their back and forth fight. He's like, oh, that you're still desperately trying to get a boyfriend that doesn't want to fuck you. And she's like, oh, you want to do this thing to impress your friends. I don't remember if it's his friend we're referring to, if it was Haley, but you want to do this thing to impress whoever, and you come later in the night to like cuddle up with me because you're scared, something like that. Back and forth is like, fuck you, I hate you. And she's like, you're not my favorite person either. She walks off. Then he now goes to meet Riley, and Riley's not trying to like, oh, I changed my mind, I don't think you should. And he's like, I tell you have my back this once. And like, I've got both your backs. And I'm like, you don't. You don't. She's like, okay, you know what, let's do it for 50 seconds. He goes up, gets the spirit he fucking catches. Just guess. You're wrong. Mia's fucking mom. Mia's mom possessed. And now I'm just gonna tell you my truth. I do not know up to now if that was Mia's mom, but it was Mia's mom. Ria possesses him and talking to Mia, talking to her, so sweet, so romantic. 50 seconds is up. We're about Derek. They wanna pull her, and she's like, no, it's my mom. It's my mom, no. So she leaves the guy there for 2 fucking minutes. And I don't know maths, but I know 2 minutes is not equal to 90 seconds. Cause bitch, 90 seconds is what? 1.5 minutes. Bitch. Leaves him on there for so long. He starts banging his head on the table, banging his head, trying to like pull out his eyes, and they're like trying to snatch out the hands. Cause when you disconnect it, you first pull out your hand, then you blow out the candle. I don't know what kind of gust of wind pushes him to the other side of the room, and he's like banging his head and banging his head. His sister runs in, puts in a hand, he bangs his head on her hand. She's like, oh, ouch, hurts. They snatch it out. I saw her blow out the candle, but down the line they were trying to like gaslight me to make me think like no one blew out the candle. I know I saw her blow out the candle, but maybe I was just imagining it. Maybe it was just in my head. Rush him to the hospital, like his face is all sliced up, like beautiful. Oh my god. Everyone is vexing for what's the girl's name again? Mia. The mom is like, fuck you, I really give my son drugs. Get out of me. If I see you here again, I'm gonna call the cops on you. This is like, oh, I told you I didn't want my brother to go around like participate in this, and you did, and you let him. I don't know if at this point she knew like she let him go this long, but it was all she knew was like, you're the reason he did it, and now here is he like fighting for his life. He was fucking hospitalized. Now I'm just going to take you down the scene. So down the line we're going to come across under spirit. I'm not going to tell you how we knew what we knew, but I'm going to tell you what we know. Do you understand? So how do we get this information? I'm not going to tell you, yeah? But the information, apparently he's like trapped in, I remember I told you they were like oh shit, why is that? It's the word is going to come, a limbo. So he's kind of like trapped there with this rest of the spirits, and they're like tormenting him, and he's like, oh, his house. Full stop. We're gonna get back to that soon. Let's come back to where we are right now. Everybody hates her. She's currently with the hand for some fucking reason, and she's trying to like see if she can visit the spirit again, but she's like, you know what, I need someone here who will be able to like pull me out at 9 seconds. But plus, now this one is just my own personal, what do you call it when everyone start bringing their opinion, things like this is my own opinion. I don't know if it is, but this is what I think. When she was talking to her mom when he was possessed, she put her hand on his hand, like was resting her hand on his. So maybe that is why, maybe that's not why, I don't know, but that was in my head like trial. Because when I saw it, I was like, bitch, why are you touching the hands? unless it doesn't count. But like when other things that happen, I was like, that's suspicious. That's weird. They were like, I'm not saying that. Even though I was, like, okay. So she starts seeing her mom everywhere. She starts communicating with her mom without the hand. She's like a medium right now, seeing her mom getting possessed. So when that day when she was at hospital, after the mom was like, oh, if I see around my son again, I'm gonna call cops on you. So she was about to leave, then she sees her mom and she now starts following her mom. Don't remember what happened, but she leaves. She's like to me, she's like, I don't know, she's vexed or something is happening to her. So she like sees Daniel and she's like trying to avoid him. He fills up her and is like, are you okay? Checking up on her. They go to the house. It was now at this point that I found that there was like a place in her room where she drew on a hat. Yeah. So he sleeps over. While he's asleep, she's like on her phone watching videos of her, Riley, Jade, the dog, just just watching clips of them. Then she goes off to sleep. She has a nightmare. So I don't remember what her nightmare was. Fuck, gotta watch the movie to find out. But she has a nightmare. She wakes up. And as she wakes up, she now starts seeing. So there's this spirit that she saw earlier when I think that was the first spirit she saw that she like I let you into. So she sees that spirit, and like spirit is like sucking on. The spirit is sucking on Daniel's feet, like as if he wants to eat the guy up. Then Daniel wakes up, but like so, her she's like at the other edge of the room, watching the spirit do this. But when Daniel wakes up, it's like her is like Mia that is sucking on Daniel's feet, so he like freaks out, he leaves. Then me again, the guy, and she's like, oh, is it only me or is any other person seeing the spirit? And everyone's like, no, it's only you. And my mind I was like, you know what? It sounds as if you're trying to cover up for sucking on your best friend's boyfriend's feet, but who am I saying that? And I'm not gonna say that. But like we all did it, so we're all not seeing anything, whatever. And they mentioned that that a spirit was sucking on my feet, but like, oh, me, I was the one sucking on my feet. But yeah, then I think they just brushed. I don't remember if they anything, but just brushed off. Everyone is hating her. She's no longer friends with her friends in a sense. But after the time, oh yeah, this even made things worse. But like, it was like, oh my god, so you actually have something going on between you and my boyfriend. But remember this guy I mentioned earlier? What did I even call the guy again? Come on, just see if I can get. I think this should be him, Cole. Yeah. So they meet up with Cole on the bus or the train or something, and he's like, like after this time the spirit is going to keep getting weaker and very soon will be free. But they're like, it doesn't seem as if it's getting weaker, but he's just like that. They leave. That's when she's like, okay, I think there's a way we can save Riley. This Mia. So they rush back to the hospital. When they're in the hospital, they're like, okay, did anyone turn off the light? So the way the lights kind of like closing the connection between the spirit and the human. Yeah. So it's like, oh, did you blow off candle? And like for some reason none of them can remember blowing off the candle, even though me I vividly remember her blowing off the candle. I'm not saying anything. So they go back to the hospital and she's like, okay, we need to like rebuild that connection and then close the gates. And I'm like that, but is this stuff that put in the decision? She's like, just trust me. So they hold it and you're like, okay, how do they put it? Oh, talk to him. I mean, I don't know if that works, but she like talk to him. No, it happened. Did it 2 times, no, it happened. She was like that, okay, I'm going to try it myself. So she holds on to it and like, talk to me. And this young girl appears in front of her. Now remember that stuff I told you that I'm going to tell you the information we know, but I'm not going to tell you how we got the information. So this is how we got the information. I'm confusing you. I know I'm confused. Life is also fucking confusing if you don't know. So if you can't deal with a little confusion, you shouldn't be on this earth. I'm just saying. So she's a little girl. She's like, me at talking to the little girl. She's like, I don't want here. Can you send little boy here? The little girl is like, oh, I can take you to where the boy is. The little girl now says, I let you in. So apparently, whoever says the I let you in is inviting the other person into their body. So if you say I let you in, you're inviting the spirit into his mind. The spirit says I let you in, the spirit is inviting you into their limbo. So she goes into limbo. This is where she now sees Riley being surrounded by many other of these spirits, and all of them like tormenting him and torturing him. And she's like scared, she's freaked out, obviously. And do you remember what happened? Long story cut short, she leaves that place and she goes back home. As she's getting home, her dad's like, so one of the beef she's having with his dad, with her dad, is because like, so you know now she saw her mom and she's like talking with her mom. So the mom or her alleged mom, because I still don't think that's her mom. Because what the fuck? But yeah, the mom killed herself. If I've never mentioned that, the mom killed herself. She committed. Am I allowed to say this word on YouTube? The mom took her own life. She unalived herself, sha. So the dad is not like, oh, she left this later before she died, but no, like the letter is yours as much as it's mine, but no, so we give it to you. You know, it's fucking parent shit. And as he finished reading, she hugs him, but she's not like, oh, I gotta go, but I'm going to come back. So she walks over to her room, and she enters her room. She leaves her bag down, so the hand is currently in the bag, but she walks over to her room, locks the door. When she's in the room, that's when her alleged mom is telling her that like, oh, I didn't write that letter, he's lying. Then you now hear like her dad banging the door, but we also see the dad in the parlor going through her stuff. So like, I'm still, that stuff fucked with my head, because like, what the fuck is happening? Because like, so let's calm down. The dad is knocking on the door, but at the same time the dad is going through her stuff. Now we don't see the dad that is knocking, but we hear the dad's voice. So me, I'm thinking, okay, it's in her head. But the guy pushes the door open, and then we see the dad, but instead of the dad having his normal face, he's like having, I'll show you the picture here, it's like his face is all weird or weirded out and whatever. So he comes in and he's like trying to strangle her, while the other dad is like has seen the hand, but like hears her screaming. Wait for him to go, man. Like the room door is not opened. Remember, I just told you the dad barged into the room and like pushed the door, but the door is locked. So he's knocking, and finally busting. Now at the same time, we are seeing her getting strangled by her dad number 2, and she's trying to reach for his scissors to stab him. But we also see like her real dad now has finally got in, and like on top of her, like trying to like help her, and she like stabs her dad on the neck, and like, fuck you, doesn't care about him. Because the next thing we see, she's convincing her mom. The mom's like, the only way you can save Riley is to kill Riley. So she's heading over to the hospital. A lot of things happened at the end, and I feel this is one thing I did not really like about the movie. Like, I enjoyed it, it was a very good execution, but I feel like they rushed the ending. The beginning of the movie was smooth sailing, the pace was just moving, and at the end they just tried to like just pushing everything. So at some point I felt as if I was skipping. At some point I was like losing track of what I got confused basically. But part 2 is coming out. So wait, and the whole issue of the part 2, like it's not an issue, but like the whole gist around the part 2 stuff is even complete. Like, is the part 2 a prequel or a sequel? We don't know. I mean, we know, but I don't know because I'm too lazy to investigate and find out. So you do that for yourself, because bitch, no one's paying me. So she stabs her dad in the neck. I don't know how long this is after, but like I think the next day or maybe a couple hours after, she heads over to the hospital. But while she heads over to the hospital, so remember the sister Jade is like always in the hospital with the brother. So she calls Jade and tells Jade like, what do I see what I'm saying? I'm skipping on a lot of things. I don't remember what she told Jade, but whatever she told Jade, she made Jade come over to her own house, like that is to come over to Mia's house to meet Mia. Jade is going there thinking Mia is in the house, right? Mia on the other hand has gone to the hospital, has seen the mom, she's there, and like she was in the room with Riley. The mom comes in, so she wants to leave, because remember the mom said, if I see you, I'm gonna call the cops on you. But the mom's like, you know what, stay. The mom now apologizes, oh, I'm sorry that you are not just his friend, you're his family, you know, that's disgusting stuff. So she's like, okay, can I have a moment alone with your son? And the mom's like, you know, sure. She leaves. The mom leaves. Now all these things happening at the exact same time. Jade goes over to Mia's house and is like calling Mia. Mia is not picking, so she enters into the house, and I don't remember if she saw, but I think she saw the dad. Yes, she did. She saw the dad like bleeding out. Pause. Go back to the hospital. Mia is in the hospital room with Riley. She's like going through a lot. She's seen all those spirits on the bed like coming out of body. She's communicating with spirit. The spirit's like, oh, he's out, you can't do nothing, talk to me, touch me, I'll feel some physical touch, you know, shit like that. She's about to kill him. She has that same scissors one she used to stab her dad in her pocket. She's about to grab it and kill him. Pause. Riley enters the house, sees the dad. No, Jade enters the house, sees dad, like, okay, this is suspicious, calls her mom. I was like, I don't know where Mia is, but like she's dangerous. Then I was like, oh, she's in the hospital here with Riley, and she's like, oh, head over there, Mia is dangerous. Pause. Mia, no, go back. The mom goes back to the room and like her son is not there, Mia is not there. So she's like holding all the nurses. I'm like, where the fuck is my son? Where the fuck is my son? Pause. I'm going to pause in a lot. Mia and Riley are outside the hospital now. Riley's on a wheelchair, but we'll be seeing clips like Riley's on the wheelchair, one of the spirits are on the wheelchair, and she's pushing and has gone to the road as if she's trying to walk into the road. We see different cars driving by. The sister Mia, no, Jade has finally come to hospital. The mom is looking for son. Jade spots, she sights them, is going over to them. This part, like so many things happened here, but at the same time nothing happened. But what we know is that a car crash occurred. Mia is on the floor, but she's obviously not damaged because she stands up from the floor and she's okay. We see Riley. Riley is in his sister's hands. The sister is hugging him. No one is paying attention to Riley because you just fucking tried to kill him. Pause. Leave in the comments. What do you think happens next? Just guess. What do you think happens next? Alright. Riley enters into the hospital. She's still seeing all these other people in their own hospital room. She sees her dad. She's walking over to her dad. Dad's walking over. She's like shouting, Dad, 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 Dad. Dad's not answering her. Lights go off. She turns. I don't remember who she spotted in that room. Light goes off. The light is just going off all around the hospital on her. Everyone is ignoring her. By this point, she already know what happens. She's fucking dead. Now, earlier in the movie, she mentioned like one of her greatest fear was like she used to have this nightmare. She was talking with Riley, and Riley was like acting like, oh, it's one nightmare you keep having. And she was like, oh, that I always had this nightmare that I cannot see my reflection or something like that. She can't see her reflection. She looks at her hands, because her fingers are broken, are bent, disfigured. It clicks. She's dead. Riley seems like he's getting better. I don't even know what's happening. But yeah, you just see all the lights go off on her. She enters her own limbo. Next thing you now see these people, they were not speaking English, but I don't want to assume what tribe they were. You see a hand sticking out. She will now sit down. She will now hold the hand. The lights will now come on. You now see a group of other friends and now with the hand playing the game. And one person like, talk to me. And the movie ends. Oh. Now, I did not really elaborate on what the hand was. So there were so many rumors they gave out during the, not rumors per se, but where some say that the hand belonged to a Satanist that died, that they cut the hand and waxed it. Some say that the hand belonged to like one medium or something like that. I don't remember. There were just like so many things. But the hand belonged to someone who could communicate with the dead. So when the person died, I don't remember if the person died or the person was alive, but the shark cut off the person's hand and puts either wax or ceramic around it, so the hand is still inside there. But yeah, I don't know. Did I do a good job? Do you like the way I told the story? Should I do more things like this? Should I watch more movies and give my review on it? Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next year or whenever.